Okay. All right, director ready? All right, actors, and action.
Oh my God.
This is our female reproductive pig. All right. Showing the female reproductive system. You're starting on the ends here. These little small little bean shape would be the ovaries. You can see an ovary here, ovary here. They would be held in place by what's called a broad ligament, normally just to keep your ovaries from shaking around a whole lot. Hate when that happens, but we're just doing the ovaries here. All right. Before birth, every egg that you will ever produce is already there. Sort of snap froze in the middle of meiosis 1 and metaphase 1, and there they wait until you reach puberty. And then every month, a few of them come out of suspended animation, finishing the process. But usually only one of them actually ends up in humans. One of them gets ovulated. It's been there all your life, but it has to be fertilized within 24 hours, or else that egg's just no good anymore. And where it would be, where the location would be in what we often call these squiggly tubes here, fallopian tubes. But technically they're the uterine horn. All right, or the horn of the uterus, or they'll call it the uterine tube here.
So they're
now,
the same things, like.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, they look like spaghetti or something?
These squiggly things, right? This is, I'm just pulling out, showing the one from the other side here.
The one's connected to.
Right.
I thought it was a fallopian tube.
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Oh, it's make it so fancy.
Mm-hmm. Make it sound fancy, you get to charge more money. And that's the important thing. Now the two will come together. I'm gonna now this is of course the bladder. All right, and of course we have the umbilical arteries on either side, and I will reserve judgment. I'm gonna cut the umbilical artery on one side of it just to make it a little easier to. Now this is the latex, that's why it's all stretchy. Just to make it a little easier to sort of see. You can see here, and I pull that away, that the two fallopian tubes, uterine horns, come together to form what would be the body of the uterus. Not very big in this case here. Now, in animals like the pig that have large litters, it's common and normal for implantation to occur in the tubes. They're designed to do that. You get maybe 3 little piglets in one, 3 little piglets in the other, and now you've got a litter of 6. But it's normal for them to do that. They're designed to do that implantation because vascular, it's good for that. If the egg, now let me do this again. If fertilization does occur, all right, then fertilization is going to occur way down at the distal ends of those uterine tubes, and they're going to have to be then swept by these ciliated cells towards the body of the uterus where implantation is supposed to take place. From time to time, the little fimbriae that are sweeping the egg into this will not function well, and the egg will stay in the body cavity. Fertilized egg will be out here, or in the fallopian tubes, and you have an ectopic pregnancy, which is more than dangerous. It's 99.9% fatal unless it's surgically removed. All right. But that's, again, a little anatomical difference between the pig and the human. Now, again, this would be the body of the uterus. And if you go down a little bit further, right, and you have to kind of feel a little bit this way, but you'll feel an area where it gets a little bit thicker. Can you see that a little bit?
Yeah.
A little thickened area there? That little thickened area would be the cervix, which is the junction between the uterus and the vagina. Now,
That hard spot
see
there.
that little hard spot right there? Yeah. That would be what, everybody?
The cervix.
The cervix. And then down below that would be the vagina. Now, in humans, the vagina has its own separate exit from the body, very close to where the urethra exits from the body. Very close to each other, but there's still separate exits. In many mammals like the pig, they come together just inside of the body cavity to form a common exit that's called the urogenital sinus. Now, this is the bladder here, all right? And this tube here, can you see this tube here? Everybody see that? That tube there is the urethra. That's actually draining urine out of the bladder.
Oh, okay. And it connects.
And it connects with the vagina to form, I'm going to just remove a little of this bone here.
You can do split.
Yeah,
Sinus, you said?
exactly. To form, you can see them coming together here to form this common passageway here,
Oh, okay.
which is the urogenital sinus. But see how far deep I had to cut in order to get that open. You really had to cut open. You can see the pelvic bone. It's still cartilage here, but you really have to cut that open and split this, people, in order to be able to see that. So this would be where the external genitalia would be. All right, they just call it genital papilla. All right, but that would be the entrance to the urogenital sinus there. Okay. Well, I've got this. Oh, that's good. Any questions on that? All right. Share that with.
That's it?
That's it. Do you have any problem with people
It's our pig.
finding the kidney?